Have you ever felt like you're navigating an intricate maze when it comes to understanding women? You try to impress, to connect, but somehow it feels like you're speaking two different languages. What if I told you that the solution isn't about changing who you are or trying harder, but instead, learning a single, transformative approach? Imagine flipping the script entirely, creating a dynamic where she's the one wondering about you, captivated by your confidence and charm. This isn't just another set of tired dating tips. It's rooted in timeless wisdom, something even the ancient Stoics would approve of. For centuries, men have grappled with the complexities of attraction, often stumbling over misconceptions. Many believe they must chase relentlessly, showering her with compliments or playing it safe to avoid rejection. Sound familiar? These common traps leave men feeling powerless and women unimpressed. But here's the truth. Genuine attraction stems from a place of self-assuredness and playful mastery of human psychology. The key lies in understanding the subtle dance of intrigue and control. Today, I'm about to share a psychological secret that will shift your entire perspective. This isn't about trickery or manipulation. It's about stepping into your own power and letting that confidence transform your interactions. And once you master this, you'll notice a profound change not only in how women respond to you, but also in how you carry yourself. Are you ready to dive in and uncover the first of 7 phrases that will drive her wild? Let's begin with a game-changing concept: flipping the script. 1. Flipping the script. Accuse her of flirting with you. Picture this. You're talking to a woman, and things are flowing smoothly. She compliments your outfit or makes a playful comment about your sense of humor. Most men would either nervously thank her or immediately try to reciprocate with their own compliment. But what if you took a different approach? What if instead of playing the expected role, you confidently smirk, lean in slightly, and say, "Wait a second, are you flirting with me?" In that moment, you've completely shifted the dynamic. Instead of you vying for her attention, you've subtly implied that she's the one chasing yours. This playful accusation catches her off guard. Why? Because it's unexpected. She's used to men competing for her validation, but now she's suddenly on the defensive in a fun, exciting way. Let's unpack why this works. Women, especially those who are often pursued, are accustomed to being in control of the flirtation game. They're used to setting the pace and watching men scramble to impress them. By flipping the script, you're doing 2 powerful things at once. You're breaking the monotony of her usual interactions, and you're positioning yourself as a confident, self-assured man who isn't afraid to challenge her. This playful banter creates a spark of intrigue. She starts to wonder, is he really onto something? Am I flirting with him? And why does he think that? It's all about the delivery. The phrase, "Are you flirting with me?" isn't an accusation in the traditional sense, it's a tease. It should be accompanied by a light tone, a raised eyebrow, and a cheeky grin. You're inviting her into a shared joke, an inside story where the 2 of you are co-conspirators. It's not about catching her off guard to make her uncomfortable. It's about sparking a playful connection that leaves her wanting more. Think about the psychological effect this has. You've planted a seed in her mind, shifting her focus from the usual "is he into me?" to "am I into him?" This reversal not only keeps the interaction fresh, but also subtly places you in a position of perceived control, one where you're evaluating her actions just as much as she's evaluating yours. Flipping the script also creates a natural ebb and flow of tension. You're setting the stage for a dynamic where she feels both challenged and intrigued. And trust me, women love a challenge when it's wrapped in playful, confident energy. By adopting this technique, you're embodying the Stoic ideal of composure and self-possession, qualities that women find undeniably attractive. Remember, Stoicism isn't about being emotionally distant. It's about mastering your reactions and maintaining your inner balance. This playful accusation is a perfect example of that. You're not fazed by her charm or trying to earn her approval. Instead, you're inviting her into a space where mutual attraction can thrive, free from the usual power dynamics. So the next time you're in a conversation and she gives you an opening, resist the urge to play it safe. Accuse her of flirting. Watch how her eyes light up with surprise, how she leans in, and how the entire energy shifts. You've just turned the tables, and now she's hooked. Curious about what's next? Keep reading, because the next secret phrase builds on this playful momentum, turning ordinary moments into captivating experiences she'll remember long after you've parted ways. 2. Purposeful misinterpretation, adding humor and intrigue. Now that you've mastered flipping the script, let's dive deeper into the art of playful banter with another powerful tool, purposeful misinterpretation. Imagine you're in a conversation and she casually mentions something simple, like her love for working out. Most guys would nod, smile, and say something like, "That's great. Fitness is important." While that's fine, it's also predictable, and predictability is the enemy of attraction. Instead, you lean in with a playful grin and say, "Oh, I see what's happening here. You're just trying to impress me with how fit you are, aren't you?" Boom! You've just taken a mundane statement and turned it into a flirtatious exchange. She might laugh, deny it, or even play along, but one thing is certain: you've got her attention. Purposeful misinterpretation works because it creates a playful tension. You're taking her words and twisting them just enough to suggest she has hidden motives, all while maintaining a lighthearted tone. This technique injects humor and flirtation into the conversation, transforming ordinary moments into memorable interactions. It shows her you're not just passively listening, you're actively engaging with a sharp wit and a confident edge. Why does this work so well? Because it taps into her natural desire for intrigue. Women love men who keep them on their toes, who don't respond in predictable ways. By misinterpreting her words, you create a sense of mystery and fun. She'll start to wonder what you'll say next, leaning into the conversation with curiosity and excitement. But here's the key: delivery is everything. Your tone should be playful, almost conspiratorial, as if you're both in on a private joke. If you come across as too serious or accusatory, you risk making her feel uncomfortable. The goal is to keep things light and fun, ensuring she feels safe and engaged while still sparking that all-important sense of attraction. Think of it this way: purposeful misinterpretation is like a verbal dance. You're leading with confidence, but you're also giving her room to respond and play along. This back and forth creates a dynamic where she feels challenged in the best way possible. She's not just talking to someone who agrees with everything she says. She's engaging with a man who brings out her playful side, making her laugh and think at the same time. Let's break it down with another example. Suppose she mentions she loves cooking. Instead of a simple, "That's cool," you could say, "Ah, so this is your way of buttering me up. Next thing I know, you'll be inviting me over for a 5-star meal, right?" She'll laugh, maybe blush, and suddenly the conversation has taken on a whole new energy. You've created a moment she'll remember, a moment where she felt both entertained and intrigued. What's brilliant about this technique is its versatility. You can use it in almost any context, from lighthearted conversations about hobbies to deeper discussions about personal experiences. It's a way of keeping the interaction fresh and engaging, ensuring she never knows exactly what to expect from you. And that unpredictability, it's magnetic. So how do you make the most of this technique? Practice is key. The more you experiment with playful misinterpretation, the more natural it will feel. Start with light, easy topics, and as you build confidence, you'll find it becomes second nature. Pay attention to her reactions. If she's laughing and leaning in, you're on the right track. If she seems unsure, dial it back and keep things light. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever tried a playful twist like this in your conversations? What was her reaction? Share your experiences in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious to hear how it worked for you. And if you're finding these techniques useful, don't forget to hit that like button. Your feedback helps keep the conversation going and ensures we dive even deeper into the fascinating world of Stoicism and attraction. Ready for the next level? Stick around, because we're about to explore another secret that will elevate your interactions even further. 3. Semi-sexual compliments, balancing attraction and respect. Now that you've added purposeful misinterpretation to your toolkit, let's explore a more subtle yet equally powerful method of building attraction: semi-sexual compliments. These are the kind of compliments that sit perfectly in the sweet spot between playful and sensual, just enough to hint at deeper interest without crossing any lines too early. Delivered with confidence, they can spark chemistry and leave her thinking about you long after the conversation ends. Imagine this. You're sitting across from her, and she's focused on something mundane, like fixing her hair or sipping her drink. Instead of making a standard comment about her looks, you lean in slightly and say, "You know, you look really cute when you're concentrating like that." It's unexpected, personal, and it lands with just enough weight to make her pause and smile. You've noticed something about her that most people wouldn't, and that makes her feel seen in a way that's both flattering and intriguing. The beauty of semi-sexual compliments is that they're layered. On the surface, they're innocent, but beneath that, there's a subtle undercurrent of attraction. You're not just telling her she's pretty, you're highlighting specific qualities or moments that showcase her unique appeal. This approach makes her feel special because it shows you're genuinely paying attention, not just to her physical appearance, but to the little things that make her stand out. Why are these compliments so effective? Because they disrupt the usual flow of interaction she's used to. Most women, especially those who are frequently complimented, have heard every variation of "you're beautiful" or "you have a great smile." While there's nothing wrong with those compliments, they don't always leave a lasting impression. Semi-sexual compliments, on the other hand, are rare gems. They convey a sense of depth and attentiveness, which makes them far more impactful. Here's another example. Let's say she's wearing a simple but elegant outfit, and she looks effortlessly stylish. Instead of saying, "You look nice," you could offer something like, "That outfit really brings out your confidence, it's pretty sexy." Notice how this compliment not only acknowledges her physical appeal, but also ties it to a personal quality: confidence. You're telling her that her presence, the way she carries herself, is what's truly captivating. This shifts the focus from surface-level attraction to something deeper and more meaningful. Of course, delivery is crucial here. A semi-sexual compliment should feel spontaneous and authentic, as if the thought just crossed your mind. It should come naturally without any hint of overthinking or trying too hard. The tone matters too. Keep it light, with a touch of playful sincerity. If you sound too serious or intense, it could come off as forced or even uncomfortable. But when done right, these compliments land with a perfect blend of charm and subtlety. There's also a psychological aspect at play. When you give her a semi-sexual compliment, you're indirectly inviting her to think about the connection between the two of you. It's a subtle nudge, a way of planting the idea that there's an underlying chemistry worth exploring. This kind of mental engagement is powerful because it encourages her to view the interaction in a more intimate light. Another benefit of semi-sexual compliments is their flexibility. You can use them early in a conversation to set a playful tone, or later on to deepen the connection. They're versatile, adaptable to different contexts, and, most importantly, they keep the interaction balanced. You're expressing your interest in a way that feels natural and respectful, without overwhelming her or putting too much pressure on the situation. Think about the last time someone gave you a compliment that made you pause and smile, something that stuck with you because it felt genuine and unique. That's the effect you're aiming for here. It's not about flooding her with praise. It's about choosing your moments and delivering compliments that resonate on a deeper level. When she walks away from the conversation, she won't just remember your words. She'll remember how you made her feel, noticed, appreciated, and maybe even a little intrigued. And that's the kind of impression that lingers, setting the stage for a connection that feels authentic and exciting. With semi-sexual compliments in your arsenal, you're well on your way to mastering the art of subtle attraction. It's a fine line between being forward and respectful, but once you find the balance, you'll be amazed at how naturally the chemistry builds. Next, we'll dive into an equally powerful strategy that lets you convey attraction without ever saying a word. Stay tuned. 4. Conveying attraction subtly, letting her imagination run wild. When it comes to attraction, sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is say less. Subtlety has a way of sparking curiosity, drawing her in without you ever needing to spell things out. This technique taps into one of the most intriguing aspects of human psychology, the imagination. When you convey attraction subtly, you're not just communicating interest, you're creating an air of mystery that keeps her thinking about you long after the conversation ends. Imagine this scenario. You're in the middle of a light, flirtatious exchange. The conversation is flowing, and the energy is electric. You pause, lock eyes with her, and, with a slight smirk, say, "You have no idea what I'm thinking right now." Then you say nothing more. You let the silence hang, just long enough to let her curiosity build. At that moment, her mind starts racing. What is he thinking? Is it about me? Is it something playful? Without you having to say another word, she's already hooked. That's the power of subtle attraction. You've planted a seed of curiosity, and now she's the one leaning in, trying to decode your thoughts. This technique works because it engages her on an emotional and intellectual level. It invites her to participate in the interaction, to fill in the blanks with her imagination. And often what she imagines will be far more compelling than anything you could have said outright. You've essentially handed her the reins, allowing her to explore the possibilities of what could be. Why is this so effective? It's rooted in a fundamental principle of Stoicism, the art of restraint. The Stoics believed in mastering one's emotions and actions, understanding that true power comes from what you choose to hold back, not just what you express. In the realm of attraction, this means knowing when to leave things unsaid, allowing the tension and anticipation to do the work for you. Subtlety also sets you apart. Most people are eager to fill every silence, to make their intentions explicitly clear. But when you take a step back and allow the moment to breathe, you create a unique dynamic. You're signaling that you're comfortable with ambiguity, that you don't need to rush to define the interaction. This calm, composed approach is magnetic because it suggests confidence and self-assurance, qualities that women find deeply attractive. There's also an element of playfulness in this technique. By hinting at your thoughts without revealing them, you're inviting her into a shared game, a playful dance of unspoken attraction. She might respond with a teasing smile or a curious question, trying to coax more information out of you. This back and forth builds a connection that feels organic and exciting, as if you're both in on a private joke. Of course, timing is everything. This technique works best when there's already a foundation of rapport and mutual interest. If you try to be too subtle too early, it might come across as aloof or disinterested. But once you've established a level of comfort and flirtation, subtle hints can take the interaction to a whole new level. Another way to convey attraction subtly is through body language. Sometimes a well-timed glance or a slight lean-in can speak volumes without a single word. Your actions can communicate desire and interest in ways that words never could. A lingering look, a playful touch on the arm, or even the way you position yourself in her space. All of these nonverbal cues create a powerful undercurrent of attraction. Remember, the goal isn't to be mysterious for the sake of being mysterious. It's about creating a dynamic where she feels drawn to you, where the tension and intrigue build naturally. This approach allows her to explore her own feelings of attraction at her own pace, which makes the connection feel more genuine and exciting. Think about the moments in your own life when someone left you wanting more, whether it was through a cryptic comment, a fleeting glance, or a pause that lingered just a second too long. Those moments stay with you because they engage your imagination, pulling you deeper into the experience. That's the kind of impression you want to leave. By mastering the art of subtle attraction, you're not just making her curious about you in the moment, you're creating a lasting sense of intrigue that keeps her thinking about you long after you've parted ways. And as she pieces together the hints you've left behind, she'll find herself drawn to the possibility of what could be. With this technique, you're building a connection that's rooted in mutual curiosity and anticipation. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes the most captivating things are those left unsaid. Next, we'll explore how to turn up the heat with bold, confident compliments that strike at the heart of what makes her unique. Stay tuned. 5. Bold compliments. A direct approach to build confidence. Now, let's take things up a notch. You've been subtle, playful, and mysterious. But sometimes, a bolder approach is exactly what's needed to leave a lasting impression. Bold compliments, when delivered with confidence and sincerity, can create an electrifying connection. They break through the noise of generic flattery and show her that you're not just any guy, you're someone who sees her in a way that others don't. Picture this. She walks into the room, her energy commanding attention. Most people might say, "You look great tonight," or "nice outfit." But you lean in with a steady gaze and say, "You have this incredible energy about you. It's magnetic." Or perhaps, "The way you carry yourself is incredibly sexy." It's hard not to notice. What just happened? You've gone beyond the surface. You've complimented her essence, her presence. Bold compliments like these hit differently because they reveal something deeper. They tell her you're not just noticing her appearance, you're drawn to the way she moves through the world, the confidence she exudes. And that's irresistible. Why do bold compliments work so well? Because they show you're not afraid to be vulnerable, to put yourself out there. They convey that you know what you want, and you're unapologetic about expressing it. This kind of assertiveness is deeply attractive because it signals strength and self-assuredness. You're not fishing for approval or tiptoeing around your interest, you're stating it clearly with conviction. Of course, there's an art to this. Bold doesn't mean brash or inappropriate. The key is to be daring yet respectful, confident but not overbearing. You're walking a fine line between directness and charm, and when you strike the right balance, the impact is undeniable. Let's break down the psychology behind this. Women, like everyone, crave recognition, not just for their looks, but for the qualities that set them apart. Bold compliments fulfill that need in a way that feels personal and meaningful. They're unexpected, catching her off guard in the best way possible. And when you pair them with genuine confidence, you create a moment of connection that feels authentic and exciting. Think about the last time someone gave you a compliment that went beyond the usual. Maybe they pointed out your sense of humor, your creativity, or your unique perspective. How did that make you feel? Likely it left a deeper impression than a simple "nice job" or "you look good." That's the effect you're aiming for here. Another example. Imagine she's telling a story about her latest adventure. Perhaps she went skydiving, or she started a new project at work. Most people might say, "That's cool," or "You're brave." But you take a moment, look her in the eye, and say, "I love how fearless you are." It's seriously inspiring. This not only acknowledges her courage, but also connects her actions to her character, making the compliment feel both personal and profound. The delivery matters as much as the words. When you give a bold compliment, your tone should be steady and assured. Hold her gaze for a beat longer than usual, and let your words land with weight. This isn't the time to be flippant or overly casual. You're making a statement, and it should feel deliberate and intentional. Of course, timing is everything. Bold compliments work best when there's already a level of comfort and rapport between you. If you're too bold too soon, it might come across as forced or insincere, but when used at the right moment, they can transform the entire dynamic of your interaction, shifting it from casual to charged. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever delivered a bold compliment that left her speechless? Or maybe you've received one that caught you completely off guard. Share your experiences in the comments below. I'm curious to know how boldness has played a role in your connections. And if this strategy resonates with you, don't forget to like this video. Your support keeps these insights coming, helping more people unlock the secrets of attraction rooted in confidence and stoicism. Ready for more? Stick around, because next we're diving into the art of asking the right questions, the kind that heat things up while keeping the conversation fun and engaging. You won't want to miss it. 6. Sexual questions. Gradual escalation. Now that we've explored the power of bold compliments, let's talk about how to escalate attraction through conversation without ever making it feel forced or awkward. This is where the art of asking sexual questions comes in, a delicate balance of curiosity, playfulness, and timing. When done right, these questions can create a dynamic that feels thrilling and deeply engaging. But let's be clear, the goal here isn't to jump straight into overtly sexual territory. It's about gradually building tension, starting with light, playful inquiries and slowly moving toward more intimate topics as the chemistry between you intensifies. The beauty of this approach lies in its subtlety. You're not pushing her into uncomfortable territory. Instead, you're inviting her to explore a more flirtatious side of the conversation at her own pace. Imagine you're talking about something as simple as weekend plans. She mentions she loves spending time outdoors, maybe hiking or going to the beach. Instead of responding with a generic comment like, "That sounds fun," you could say something playful like, "So do you go for the views? Or are you one of those who secretly loves a little skinny dipping when no one's watching?" At this point, the question is still lighthearted. It hints at something adventurous without being too direct, allowing her to decide how to respond. If she laughs and plays along, you've just opened the door to a more playful, flirtatious exchange. If she redirects the conversation or seems hesitant, you can easily pivot back to safer ground without any awkwardness. This gradual escalation is key. Early in the interaction, you want to keep the tone light and fun. Start with questions that hint at curiosity, like, "Are you the type to sneak away for a spontaneous weekend adventure?" Or, "What's the most daring thing you've ever done?" These questions set a playful tone, hinting at a more adventurous side of life, while gauging her comfort level. As the conversation deepens and you sense the chemistry growing, you can begin to explore more personal topics. Maybe she shares a story about traveling solo, and you follow up with, "What's the most exciting or unexpected thing that's ever happened to you on a trip?" This opens the door for her to share something more intimate or adventurous, creating a sense of connection and trust. One of the key psychological principles at work here is anticipation. By gradually introducing more daring questions, you're creating a natural buildup of tension. She starts to anticipate where the conversation might go next, leaning in with curiosity and excitement. This keeps the interaction dynamic and engaging, ensuring that every new question feels like a natural progression rather than a sudden leap. It's also important to read her cues carefully. If she responds enthusiastically or even adds her own playful twist to the conversation, it's a sign that she's comfortable and enjoying the flirtation. On the other hand, if she seems hesitant or changes the subject, take that as a signal to ease back and focus on lighter topics. The goal is to maintain a sense of mutual comfort and respect, ensuring that the conversation remains enjoyable for both of you. Another powerful aspect of this technique is that it allows her to reveal more of herself at her own pace. When you ask open-ended questions, you're giving her the freedom to share as much or as little as she wants. This not only builds trust, but also creates an environment where she feels safe exploring deeper levels of connection and attraction. Let's say the conversation has reached a point where you're both clearly enjoying the playful back and forth. You might then ask something like, "What's a secret fantasy of yours? Something you've always wanted to do but haven't yet?" This type of question, when asked at the right moment, can be incredibly powerful. It invites her to open up about something personal, deepening the intimacy between you while keeping the tone exciting and adventurous. The key to success with sexual questions is pacing. You're not rushing to get to the most provocative topics. Instead, you're guiding the conversation along a natural trajectory that builds tension and intrigue. Each question should feel like a natural extension of the one before it, creating a seamless flow that keeps her engaged and wanting more. This approach also reinforces the Stoic principle of control, not just over your own emotions and actions, but over the pace and energy of the interaction. You're demonstrating that you're not in a hurry, that you're confident enough to let the attraction build naturally. This calm, composed demeanor is incredibly attractive because it shows that you're fully present in the moment, enjoying the connection without any agenda or pressure. In the end, asking sexual questions isn't just about escalating attraction, it's about creating a space where both of you can explore deeper levels of connection in a way that feels spontaneous and exciting. By mastering this technique, you'll not only stand out from the crowd, but also create conversations that linger in her mind long after they've ended. Next, we'll dive into how to tie all of these elements together with a final, powerful technique that ensures your interactions remain captivating and memorable. Stay tuned. 7. Playful misinterpretation. shifting the power dynamic. Now that we've explored how to escalate intimacy with sexual questions, it's time to introduce one final, game-changing technique: playful misinterpretation. This tool not only keeps the conversation lively, but also subtly shifts the power dynamic, positioning you as the one she's trying to win over. It's fun, flirty, and incredibly effective at creating a unique, memorable connection. Picture this. She casually mentions her love for travel, saying something like, "I've been to so many amazing places recently." A typical response might be, "Wow, that's cool. Where have you been?" But you tilt your head slightly, smirk, and say, "Ah, so you're one of those world travelers trying to impress me with your stories. I see how it is." She might laugh, roll her eyes, or even playfully protest, but one thing is certain: you've caught her off guard in the best way possible. By misinterpreting her words, you've turned a simple statement into an opportunity for playful banter. And that's where the magic happens. The beauty of playful misinterpretation lies in its ability to flip the script. Instead of you seeking her approval, you've created a scenario where she's subtly on the defensive, but in a way that feels light and engaging. She now feels compelled to clarify or justify herself, all while enjoying the playful energy you've introduced. Let's explore why this works so well. Most people are used to having their words taken at face value. When you misinterpret her statements in a fun, teasing manner, it disrupts the usual flow of conversation. She's no longer simply talking about her interests or experiences. She's now participating in a dynamic, flirty exchange where both of you are on equal footing. This not only keeps her engaged, but also makes the interaction feel more personal and unique. Consider another scenario. She mentions she enjoys cooking. Instead of saying, "That's great. What's your favorite dish to make?" you could respond with, "Oh, I get it. You're just saying that so I'll invite myself over for dinner." Sneaky. This playful twist not only adds humor, but also plants a seed of intrigue. She's now thinking about the possibility of spending more time with you, even if it's just a hypothetical scenario. The key to making this technique work is your tone and delivery. Playful misinterpretation should always come off as lighthearted and teasing, never serious or accusatory. You're not actually suggesting that she's trying to impress you or that she has ulterior motives. Instead, you're creating a fun, imaginary narrative that both of you can laugh about. This technique also works wonders for building sexual tension without being overt. By implying that she's subtly trying to win your attention or favor, you introduce an undercurrent of attraction. She might laugh and deny it, but the very act of engaging with your playful misinterpretation creates a shared moment of intimacy. Another powerful aspect of this approach is its versatility. You can use it in almost any situation, whether you're discussing hobbies, career goals, or even lighthearted topics like favorite TV shows. The key is to look for openings where her statements can be twisted in a fun, flirty way. Every conversation becomes an opportunity to inject humor and create a stronger connection. Let's not forget the psychological element at play. Playful misinterpretation taps into her natural curiosity and sense of challenge. By suggesting, even jokingly, that she's trying to impress you, you're flipping the typical dynamic of pursuit. Suddenly, she's the one leaning in, eager to see how you'll respond next. This approach also aligns beautifully with Stoicism. It demonstrates composure and self-assurance, showing that you're not easily swayed or overly eager to please. Instead, you're in control of the interaction, guiding it with a calm, confident energy that naturally draws her in. The beauty of playful misinterpretation is that it keeps the conversation light and engaging, ensuring she never feels bored or disengaged. It creates a dynamic where both of you can relax and enjoy the moment, free from the usual pressures or expectations that often accompany flirtatious exchanges. When done right, this technique leaves her smiling, laughing, and thinking about you long after the conversation ends. She'll remember how effortlessly you made her feel special, how you turned ordinary moments into playful exchanges that felt uniquely hers. By now, you've mastered a suite of powerful techniques to captivate her attention, build tension, and create lasting attraction. From flipping the script to bold compliments, sexual questions, and playful misinterpretation, you're armed with tools that can transform any interaction into an unforgettable experience. As you put these strategies into practice, remember that the core of attraction isn't about tricks or manipulation. It's about genuine connection. When you approach each conversation with confidence, respect, and a playful spirit, you're not just creating sparks. You're laying the foundation for something meaningful and lasting. Now go out there and start turning ordinary moments into extraordinary connections. And remember, the art of attraction is as much about your own growth and self-assurance as it is about understanding her. You've got this. By now, you've been equipped with an arsenal of powerful tools, techniques rooted in confidence, playfulness, and psychological insight that can turn any conversation into a dynamic, magnetic interaction. You've learned how to flip the script, using playful accusations to shift the power dynamic. You've mastered the art of purposeful misinterpretation, adding humor and intrigue to even the simplest exchanges. You've explored the subtle depth of semi-sexual compliments, the bold impact of direct praise, and the gradual escalation of sexual questions. Finally, you've seen how playful misinterpretation keeps her guessing, laughing, and leaning in. But here's the ultimate truth. These techniques aren't just about her. They're about you. Attraction starts from within. When you approach conversations from a place of self-assuredness, authenticity, and curiosity, you naturally draw people in. You embody the Stoic ideals of calm, control, and resilience. The Stoics taught us to focus on what we can control: our actions, our mindset, our responses. In the realm of attraction, this translates to creating a space where genuine connection can thrive. It's not about memorizing lines or following a script. It's about embracing the principles behind these techniques: confidence without arrogance, playfulness without pretense, and curiosity without agenda. When you show up as your authentic self, equipped with a toolkit of strategies that enhance your natural charisma, you become unforgettable. I think back to the interactions you've had in the past. How many times have you felt like you were stuck in a routine, unsure of how to break through to a deeper connection? Now imagine approaching those same moments with the techniques you've learned here. The difference is night and day. You're no longer chasing approval or struggling to impress. You're effortlessly creating a dynamic that leaves her intrigued and excited to know more. And here's the best part. These skills don't just apply to romantic connections. They'll elevate your interactions in every area of your life. Whether you're networking at an event, building friendships, or even navigating tough conversations at work, the ability to engage others with confidence and charm is invaluable. So what's next? It's time to take action. Go out and practice these techniques in real-life conversations. Notice how the energy shifts when you confidently flip the script or deliver a bold compliment. Pay attention to how her eyes light up when you ask a playful, unexpected question. Embrace the moments of silence that let the tension build and watch as curiosity pulls her closer. Remember, the goal isn't perfection. It's progress. Every interaction is an opportunity to refine your approach, to grow more comfortable in your own skin, and to enjoy the process of connecting with others on a deeper level. If this journey has resonated with you, I'd love to hear about it. What techniques have you tried? What moments stood out to you? Share your stories and experiences in the comments below. And if you found value in this guide, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to keep the conversation going. Here's to mastering the art of connection, one powerful conversation at a time. Until next time, stay confident, stay curious, and most importantly, stay you.